Hello friends, this is Ganesh. Hope you are doing wonderful. In this video, we are going to learn how to upload a CSV file into an internal table through OData Service. So once the data is in our internal table, we can just play around for the business requirement. Okay, so that's what we are going to see in this particular video. Let's get into the slides. So this is my CSV file. So make sure you have a CSV file ready with some value fields and values. So once it is ready, you can have a header. These are very common requirement. If there is a header, once read it, just remove it in your internal table. So it depends on, those are very basic things we can able to manage it. So once the CSV file is ready, we are going to move this to a target internal table with the respective fields. So that is the main idea of this video. So here, if you go to the step by step, you just recollect what we learned about how to upload an image. So if you want to upload an image, make sure your entity is set to be enabled with the media option, and we might use the create stream or get stream method. There's a set of methods, especially to upload, or if you want to send an image back to the UI. So those things we use to get stream, create stream, update stream concepts. So almost we are going to use the same for this process as well. So the step one in the entity set, create an entity set and make sure that is enabled with the option called media. Okay, this checkbox to be selected for your entity set. Sorry, entity type. You can say entity type, not set, entity type. And then two fields are mandatory for this process. One is key, another one is value. So if any one of this missing, you will get an error once you run your servers. So these two ought to be mandatory, and make sure the key is the key field. After that, whatever you want to add, you can add it. So here I added a result parameter. This is just a send a message to the UI application. Whatever CSV file you have sent, it's up. All the data are updated back into the database, or it's not updated. Depends on the need. If you want to send some information, you need some parameter. I just go with the result. This is purely string variable. I'm going to send only the status of the particular process, and then the define method is going to be redefined in the MPC extension class, because we are going to set a content type for this particular entity type. We don't have an option in the design phase to set a content type, so that's the reason we are going to do it in the define method level. And the code would be many times we have written the same type of code. So you need a two reference variable. One is for entity type, one is for the property. Once it is ready, and you have to call the superclass define method before adding whatever, adding the below code. So for the first line, you have to mention the entity type. This is case sensitive. Make sure what is the name, what is the camel case you have used. The same thing you have to use over here. And the property is nothing but a key property. It means the first one, what is the key field of that. So then you have to use set as a content type. Okay, and once this is done, we are good with MPC extension method. Then we can switch to DPC extension method to write the code to read the CSV file data to our internal table. So for that, we are going to use a method called create stream under DPC extension class. So in that, we have to redefine this method. So the first step, I can say, you have to move the content from the CSV file to a internal table that is a string based internal table. So I'm not read field by field the first step. I'm going to read record by record. Okay. So for that, I need one temporary internal table that refer to a string internal table, string data type basically. Okay, it's nothing but the declaration as internal table type table of string. Okay, once it is done, and okay, this is going to be happen with the help of a class called, one of the way I can say, class called CLNABAP-INCE. So we have some methods, read method that will read the content and make it available for us in a string variable, and then from the string variable we are going to make it happen, or we are going to add it in our string internal table. Okay, and then we are going to move to our final internal table, which separated by the respective columns. So these are the code which we are going to use for the step 1 process. So I need some object reference variable which refers to the class, and I need the references with the help of a create method. I'm going to use it, and that is going to be one of the input parameter. The value is is media resource hyphen value. This is nothing but the signature, one of the parameter of the create stream method, which carries the value of your CSV file. So that is going to be as an input, then we are making a reference of it. Once it is done, we need one more method called read. In that, this read method which gives the string data, whatever it's read from the value, it's give the string data, and this is going to be a string variable. So we have 3 records. All the 3 are going to be stored in the string variable, and we are going to separate, and this is going to be every data is separated by hash character, so double hash character. So for that, I'm going to split it. So same variable split lv string data at this is nothing but cr lf, nothing but a double hash into a table it string data. So this is a table which is going to be a string data type. So what happens is now it just separate the entire data by one, record by record. Okay, I'll show you in the debugging mode how it's look like and how we are converting to a string data internal table. Once this is done, step 2. So it's pretty simple. Like we have to use a split option. I'm going to loop this internal table and split by comma and into a final internal table work area. Then so this is pretty simple. We have to use, and finally the data is available in your final internal table to proceed further. After that, okay, so this is optional, but if it is not, you will get an error saying that the service is not written any value to the UI. So you have to use a method copy data to ref and then returns whatever message you want to back to your UI. And that is another parameter signature of the create stream is year underscore entity. So make use of this and pass a method back to the UI. Yeah, that's it. Let's get into the system now. This is my system. So go to SCGW and create a project. CGI CSV file. CSV file. Upload local object. Then create an entity type. Right click create. So this is going to be file upload. Entity set. Continue. And make sure your entity type is enabled with media option. So this is file upload F and U caps because it's required in the define level, redefine method level. So now go to properties, and I need the basic key, string, label, and name of your above level, and then value. Excuse me. These are two are required, and another one which I'm going to use, just send a result, or you can make use of the value keyword. It's depends. It's fine. So result. Okay, this is done from the SCGW level and generated. Generate the runtime objects. Saving in the local object. Yeah, it's done. Now go to runtime artifacts and go to MPC extension. So first we need to redefine our method, define method. So go to method, inherited method, define right click, redefine. Okay, so we need two object reference, data. One is for entity type, type/I type/ref2 IWPP slash mgw underscore OData entity type. Let me go to the further. OData. Come on. Entity type. Okay. And I need one more for property. Type/ref2 slash IWPP slash mgw OData property. So once it's done, make sure you're calling the superclass define method and get the reference of your entity type first by using the method called get entity type. Entity type property is IV entity name equals CSV, sorry, file upload, right? Entity name, file upload, for new caps. Okay, and if it is bound, if object entity type is bound, then get the property of it. So object property is equal to, get the reference from the method get property, get underscore property, and parameter name is IV property name equal to, and finally set the content type. So object property method is set as content type. Okay, so that's it. Okay, this is our define method. Okay, and act over it. So going forward, I will just save this also in the drive. So whoever wants, just take the code as well. Okay, now I need to go to DPC class over here. Just change it. DPC extension and go to the method. Obviously, it's coming under application services. Excuse me. So here, yep, create string, right click, and redefine. Okay, let's take out this code. So first I need one reference variable. So objects converts type ref2. So what do we have seen, like see the map conversion class in underscore c. Okay, and I need a variable, string data type string. and I need one internal table that is also going to be hold the string data. So the string data type table of string. And finally, I need one uh, final internal table. So types begin of structure data. Okay, so here I just go with 3 fields. So I'm just go with character type, character 20. That you can make depends on your requirements. This is just a sample. I need some final internal table to hold the data from the string internal table. So 3 fields my CSV file. End of structure data. So I need one more internal table for this. That is a final internal table, and I need work area as well. So let's create it. Yes. Final data type table of ST data. Okay. Okay, and I need one work area as well. So that is going to be data for work area for final data type ST data. Okay, so this is almost the declaration part, whatever we need, and the code is very simple. So first I'm going to read the information through IS media resource parameter. So if you see the signature of the create stream, so you have this. Okay, so this has a value parameter. 1 minute. Oops. So hide the signature. So now I'm going to get the data from that value to my string variable. So for that, I'm going to get the reference first. So conversion equal to this. There is a method called create. This is the one create, and there is a parameter called input. So input equal to is media. Okay, is media resource value. So get the references. So then there is a method called read, and importing, that is data equals, I'm going to read it to the variable, string variable. So now all the records from the CSV file is going to be transferred to this string variable. Then I'm going to excuse me, split this LV string data at the particular hash or end of the statement, simply you can say. So that is going to be in the utilities class. This class is nothing but CR underscore LF. Okay. Into table, string data. Okay, so this is the first step. Now the entire records, like I have 3 records or 5 records, whatever it is, that is coming under same in this internal table. Okay, but not field. It's a string internal table, so it's going to be saved the entire record separated by each field is separated by comma. So the final step is I'm going to convert it to my final internal table. That is pretty simple, like loop it it string data into data string data. So here I'm going to use split string data string split add, oh sorry, split add into, so work area of final data is nothing but F1, F2, final, sorry, final data F2, and sorry, there is no separator, doing the same mistake, sorry, final data F3, okay, and append this final data to IT final data, clear this WA file. Okay, almost we are ready, right? And activate this. Oops, spelling. Okay, done. So now go to the maintenance service transaction, create the service and execute it. Service creation, we have done lot many. So add service, I'm sorry, local. So this is our service name, select it, local object, continue. So it was created and its metadata was loaded successfully. Continue. Go back, find your service. This one. Execute it. Just execute first. So make sure it's at least the metadata is or the format is executing perfectly. It's done. Next, add the entity set and add a file. This is going to be the post one. Add a file. So I have a file here, data. So it has only three rows or three fields and three rows. You can see it once you upload successfully. You can see the data here. You can see the data over here. So these are the information that's available in my file and execute it. I don't have any breakpoint now. CS of token validation file. Okay, let me add this over here quickly. We can disable this option. So if you find any information like CSR token validation fail, you can add it. You can actually disable this SCF and go to your service name. This one. Okay, make sure you're in a change mode. Go little down, GUI configurations. And this parameter is 0. 0 is nothing but I'm going to disable this option. 1 means enable, 0 is disabled. So continue and store it. Go back. So now execute. Okay. Service provider did not return any business data. Obviously, I didn't use the copy to data ref method to return any parameter to the UI. That is the reason over here. So let's have a breakpoint and see how the data is converting to our internal table. Execute. Okay, it stopped and executes. It gets a reference. Okay, now just see the string variable. So string variable contains all the data. So all the data is separated by double hash. Okay, so now we are going to split this double hash to get the data one by one, get the record one by one. Okay, so the split is happening in the record level, not at the field level. So for that we used this particular class, and this is the internal table string. Internal table currently it's 0, so expecting 3 records to be added. It's added 3 records now. Let's go inside. So you can see now 3 records, but it's not separated by the fields. Okay, it's a string internal table. So now we're going to split it based depends on the comma separator. So that is going to be happen in this loop. So after the loop, let me have a break one here. We'll execute and go to your final internal table. So you have the proper data. Okay. So this is excuse me. Sorry. This is a way you have to get or read the data from your CSV file and put it in your final internal table. That's it. And execute, you will get this error. Okay, this is the error because I don't have the copy data. So if you really want, then you have to use the copy data ref, whatever I have showed you, and send some information back to the UI, success, failure, and those things. Okay, so hope that could be easy because we have done a lot of time, so I don't want to waste your time. So just go through this, and if you have any doubt on this, please let me know. Thank you so much for your time and see you in the next video. Bye.